Hi guys, welcome to this week's vlog, Learning to Day Trade Penny Stocks. If you watched last week's vlog, it was a bit of a chaotic one, but I've took a lot of the lessons that I learned last week into this week. So I was a lot more disciplined with the setups that I wanted to trade and a lot more patient with my entries. So we're going to look at a couple of the trades that I took. One was for a day one move and one was for a day two move. So let's go to the charts. So we'll start with the day one that I traded, which was BOXL. You can see it's had a big run on high volume, 66 million, and this is the day that I traded it. So I'm looking at it because it was an after hours mover. After hours action is here, and then the next day it's also on my scan as a pre-market mover because it's had a big push pre-market after its after hours push. So I'm waiting for a retracement and can see it does this nice double bottom pre-market off this area here, which is after hours resistance. Let me just zoom in slightly here. Just a nice little double bottom there, and then market open pushes to 550s. Nice little move there. Not trading it there because this isn't a setup that I would trade pre-market, even though there's definitely a nice trade to be had there. So just watching it, waiting and seeing what it does, and it comes down to this level, which again is just the same level I explained earlier, and does nice double bottom off that area. And just quite a simple trade really. Obviously it's gone from this level here to the 550s already, so I'm expecting like a midday reversal here, and because it's already done this move, the move should be for so much more. It's not just going to do the same thing again if it's going to reverse off this level. So I got in at 439. So somewhere around here, after I saw this double bottom off that level, and then just sold along the way. And I think my best sell was 680 something, maybe. And took a 35% gain on that, even though I know I probably could have, I know that this move can definitely break out past this level, but I wasn't patient enough to wait for that. So you can see it continued up to almost 10, so it's like 100% bounce off this area. Like such a nice move and quite a simple trade really. And I like it because it's got structure to work off, so you've got a really clear idea of where you can enter and risk off safely. And the other ticker that I traded was RMCF. And if you watched last week's video, there was a pattern that I spoke about, which was a day two pattern that I've seen recently, where stocks are having a run, they're retracing, and they're bouncing on day two. So this is its day one here on the daily chart. So it's done 203 million in volume, massive volume, and then I'm trading it for a bounce on day two. Not the typical area I would trade it from on a day two, but it's just because this is the pattern I've seen working. So day one here, and then I'm looking at it pre-market the next day. It's holding up, and it's just basing around this 126 level. And I'm being extra patient this week, not taking an entry. I'm just gonna wait and see how this sets up on market open, which is quite good for me because I'm always like thinking I want to get an early pre-market, but unless there's like a clear indication that I can get in now, then I'm trying to be patient and not do that and wait for something to tell me you can enter now. So, and also I've seen a lot of these work during market open. There's still time to open to enter after the market's open, so I'm trying to be patient with that. So I'm really pleased on how I traded this. So looking at the market open and just watching it really, just seeing what it does. I kind of want to see what it does at this level. I've got two levels marked out. One is the pre-market low, and then one is the previous day's low of day as well. And if we zoom in, you can see it comes down and it tests that pre-market low and it breaks it. And it actually, on that candle, you can see the volume increase and then you've got a wick candle. So the volume comes in, it breaks the pre-market low, and it immediately reclaims it. So as soon as I saw that, I said, that's my signal to get in. And I jumped in at 1.29 and risking off just under like this 1.25 I'm risking basically, which is just below the pre-market low. So I love that entry. I love the patience on that. I love that I waited for indications to show me this level is holding up. And then from there, a really easy, smooth sailing bounce. My best sell was 167, and I took a 21% gain on this trade. And yeah, I can see it did a little bit more of a spike the next day, but really not that much more. So kind of definitely took the meat of the move there. And yeah, I'm really liking on both of these trades. They were both entries during market open. So you've got stop losses available. So it's a lot safer in terms of risk. And also allowing the structure or the price action to form. So trying to get in on this pre-market is okay as well. And it's probably something I would normally do, but I'm just trying to sit back and like wait for a really clear and obvious sign. And if that means things go without me, then I need to accept that, because I don't want to be trading like a liquid random spikes here and there, unless there's like a really obvious kind of entry idea, which this is not too bad really, because you could just risk off the pre-market low. But again, would have got stopped out, wouldn't I, on market open and had to re-enter. So yeah, happy with those two trades, BOXL and RMCF. There is another trade that I did take this week actually, which was YJ. It was that day two bounce that I was talking about, exactly the same as RMCF or CMF. I can't remember what it was called, the last ticker we spoke about. Tried to trade it for a day two bounce and trading off the lows, and it broke the pre-market low, and then it reclaimed it, and then it did a big bounce here. So my thesis was right on that, but I got stopped out and I actually didn't re-enter it. So yeah, it's just another one I took, but I like the thesis on it and it did work, just wasn't ballsy enough to re-enter it. So yeah, so feeling pretty positive about the week and realizing how little I need to trade. And it's just nice to keep leveling up and keep learning these lessons and upskilling. And as long as I don't keep making the same mistakes over and over, I feel like I'm making progress and yeah, just getting more and more professional as the weeks go on. So yeah, still a long-term game and hoping to just continue the same of what I did this week into next week. So cheers for watching. Catch you next Sunday.